Good morning everyone, welcome back to the Hearthstone ladder, where we will play, or where we always play, a different deck every single day of the month. And this time we are playing Crusher Shaman. My name is Rooster, and this is a really special deck. This one is a little more aggressive, I guess a little less controlling, a bit more mid-rangey than the last version of this deck we tried. It's inspired by an Asian player named Ping Ping Ho. Anyway,
versus Jaina.
And he used it on the Asian tournament. Official tournament. I'm not sure what it's called actually. I should look that up before I start yapping about it. Not to very great effect, but I was intrigued by the deck, so I tried to emulate it a little bit. Missing one or two cards. Are we? No, we're not keeping Flamewreath Faceless in our opener. Stormcrack is reasonable enough, so I'll keep that. And starting with the Untitled Rogue is pretty decent. So the Crusher deck I've played last month was actually one of the decks I enjoyed most. It was a blast to play, and I played it a bunch in my free time. Well, free time. Well, this is also free time, but let's not think too hard on that. It was a lot slower. It included some Yankee cards such as let me think. There was a, are we stormcracking this? I think we're stormcracking this. I can't allow that to live, and using the rock biter here feels a little awkward. Getting the buff out, good enough probably. And we can still totem next turn, which is acceptable, yeah. So that one included Nexus Champion Sarad, Black Knight, Injured Blade Master plus Ancestral Healing. It was a little bit cutesy every now and then. We could have coined the Feral Spirit here. Would that have been worth it? Perhaps. Perhaps that would have been correct. I don't know. We're looking at a kind of aggressive-y mage deck. But I suppose coining out an Earth Elemental... coining out an Earth Elemental is a little bit greedy. We don't have a lot of options to do the turn after. We are running 2 Overload Disablers. That's a word, right? An overword. It's not a word, but we'll make it work. We kind of want to hex this, but then we have nothing to do. We can play Harrison, but that just gets pinged down, and it's a little awkward. I think we're just coining out the Earth Elemental, and let's see how that goes. So the main trick of this deck, as usual, is to get something big, and then cast Ancestral Spirit on it, and hope it doesn't get hexed or polymorphed or Sylvanicist, or Entombed, I guess, but who plays Priest nowadays? Except for me. And a few other special people. Frostbolt on that, I'm not too unhappy. Mage looks like she's wasting a lot of effort. Well, not exactly wasting, but putting a lot of effort into getting rid of that thing. So I can only approve of that. We'll get healed up. Don't have a great answer to the Flamebreaker, unfortunately. We might just equip the Stoneforged Axe and hit into it. So at least we can get rid of it next turn, and even if she mirror images, I guess I'm still okay with that. Yeah, it's going to be better than most of the alternatives, so I'll take a little bit of a hit. Earth Elemental will hold the fort for a little bit, unless she has Fireball, of course, but in that case... mirror image might still be a thing that happens, I don't know. Would she have done that last turn? She did have... no, she... would have been a better idea than to Frostbolt it, I guess? I don't know. I'm sensing a little bit of doubt in my opponent here. So, I guess that can only be a good thing. Ooh. Second Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's not good. Ooh, it's not a Fireball at least, so that's good. What else do we have? Because it likely means that the Water Elemental's running into the Earth Elemental. Well, that's pretty good for us. Ooh, ouch. Please don't hit it twice. She can ping it. That's a little disappointing right now, but... oh, now the water elemental can get its face. Ooh, that's painful. That is actually rather painful. We may have to hex that, actually. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We can also Feral Spirit into Eternal Sentinel. That might work. Alternatively, we would hex and then... that actually seems a little awkward, I will admit. I kind of like the Feral Spirit Eternal Sentinel plan. Doesn't get rid of the Flamewaker immediately, but she only has one card in hand, so... how bad can it be, right? Famous last words. Let's get some stuff out of the board and hope she doesn't have Flame Strike as our last card there. Let's see if we can make this work. Tempo Mages have been running Flame Strike lately, so I'm a little worried, I will admit, but she would have used that right away, I'm pretty sure. So let's see if we can make this work. Another one of those lists that well, that I included a lot of one-shots in, one-offs. So a lot of experimentation, actually. The original list ran double Eternal Sentinel, which I only have one off, so I replaced one with a Lava Shock, which I don't think is too awful in this deck. The Crusher Shaman deck that I tried before ran two of them, so and no Eternal Sentinel. So yeah, I think it's reasonable. She trading the Apprentice? I would be reasonably okay with that. Taking a lot of damage here, which is a little unfortunate, but she's not really doing anything else, which is a little curious. I wonder what the last card in her hand is going to be, because I'm actually slightly worried right now. Can't be a good thing to leave the Flamewaker up, but I don't think she has any... What could she possibly have? Something like a Ragnaros or something. Or I guess a Flame Strike, but I really think she would have used the Flame Strike last turn. I don't know what's going on here. I kind of want to hex the Water Elemental right now. That leaves me with 4 mana, so I guess I Hero Power and perhaps Ancestral... I can Ancestral Knowledge first and see what we get. I think that's the thing that always happens this turn, so I guess I'm okay with that. Could play this here, although I'm not very successful in that endeavor, I think. Let's just go with the Hex here and make a totem and see where it goes from there. I think we're pretty screwed. Perhaps she has double Fireball or something. That could have made sense, but maybe she would have used that last turn, I don't know. I'm feeling we're pretty much dead. That Flamewaker... Yeah, that Water Elemental kind of wrecked us. Maybe we should have hexed that first. Okay, Arcane Missiles. She really wanted to get the buff out, I guess? No, the Mana Worm she would have played last turn. Oh my gosh. So much damage to face here. Well, I guess it didn't really matter. The ping would have gone face anyway. We're not running any significant healing, right? So I suppose that means we're pretty much dead here. We can roll double Taunt or something. Could be a thing. Oh well, that's a good one. It's not a Taunt, but it's a good one. So still pretty dead, I think. Still pretty dead. We don't have any healing, so one single Fireball does kill us, or a Roaring Torch, I guess. Yeah, I think we could have done the turn with the turn where the Flamewaker... No, we couldn't have killed that, right? We played the Axe, and that was pretty much the only thing we had. Maybe we should have... I think we did what we could. Just a little unfortunate at times. That's what Tempo Mage does. We played into the Flamewaker and she had only one card in hand, so after that came the Arcane Intellect, and that's where things started going downhill. I'm not blaming the deck here, no. Perhaps just a little bit of bad ordering. I could have played the Feral Spirit a turn earlier, and maybe I should have done that, because the Feral Spirit were just a little late, I guess. Against the Paladin, what kind of Paladin would we be up against? I've been seeing a few mid-range Paladins lately, so I don't think I want to keep... Eternal Sentinel seems fine. I definitely don't want to keep this one. Do I want to keep Lightning Storm against the Paladin? Against the expected Paladin, I don't. But if it's a more mid-rangey or more aggressive Paladin, then the Lightning Storm is going to be pretty good. So I think I'll keep it here. Even though N'Zoth Paladin is the expected deck, I guess. You just don't face a lot of Paladins altogether. So I think this validates our keeping of the Lightning Storm here. Are we interested in playing the Eternal Sentinel here? I think it's just a little bit too risky. He has the coin. He's going to go for some kind of... What buffs would that deck run? It would run some weapons, I guess. I think I'm okay with hero powering here. Didn't see what he's up to most of all. Turn 2 could be an Argent Protector, I guess. Could be... I've played the deck yesterday. What else was in that deck?
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry.
Oh, Horse Riders, of course. Yeah. Okay, so I'm expecting either Aggro Paladin, which could very well be true still, or the only reason I'm hesitant about the Feral Spirits here is the Blade, because he gets some pretty good trades here. Regardless, he gets some pretty good trades into the Totemic, so I suppose I should still do this in case he doesn't have Rallying Blade. It's called Rallying Blade, right? Yeah, so I think this is correct, but... Ooh, there's the Rallying Blade, alright. Yeah, that's painful. That is some pretty good trades, but we do have the Lightning Storm, so I'm glad with that mulligan decision at least. And if we Eternal Sentinel here, then at least we can prevent some damage. Do we play the Argent Squire, or... Well, the Squire's kind of bad against the 3-2 right now. But the Totem isn't really helping us either. Guess we can go for Earth Elemental next, although he will have a Keeper, perhaps? I can't just be scared of everything, I guess. So Eternal Sentinel into... Is Argent Squire going to be better? If he's not hitting our face for 3... then I think I'm still happy. Yeah, I'm not overloaded for next turn, so that's good. Let's go for Argent Squire. At least we can knock the Divine Shield off the 2-2. If it doesn't, yeah, it's actually pretty good. If the 3-2 hits into it, I think in most situations at least the Divine Shield on the 2-2 is going to go away. So that leaves us with a pretty good Lightning Storm, I think. And we'll see how it goes here. Not much reason. Well, this could still be mid-range, but he has a really aggressive opener here, so I'm not sure here. The Divine Shields are kind of ugly, I will admit. Let me think here. We want to. Well, we kind of can't Lightning Storm this board. It's just too many Divine Shields right now. Alternatives would be, well, I could Flame Tongue Totem, kill the 2-2, and then Lightning Storm to kill all the Divine Shields, and that would give one of them a Divine Shield again, right? Not really ideal. We could, I suppose, just hit this right away, and then still get rid of all the Divine Shields. It feels a little weak still, but it might just be what we have to do. Because if he gets to trade all those Divine Shields into one of our minions, then we're still pretty far from him. I don't really see another valid option, so let's just go for this. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Yeah, at least it kills one minion and it kills 3 Divine Shields, so it's still not awful, but using essentially 5 mana on it feels a little bad. I don't know about this. Could be an aggressive deck still. I don't know. It's hard to recognize because a mid-range Paladin deck runs a lot of early drops. It's surprising. I don't know who to trust anymore. But seeing as he's using the sword to go face, then we can be pretty sure that it's going to be an aggressive deck. I'm seeing a combo here. If he has an equality, that's still not awful. I think we'll go for the greedy approach. Well, for the only reasonable approach here. Just hoping that he doesn't kill us this turn, which is not all that likely. He would have to have Leroy. Even Leroy doesn't. Leroy exactly kills us, so he would need other Leroy. Okay, so we're facing an aggressive deck then, and that's a pretty good Divine Favor. But I'm pretty sure he will at least kill the Flame Tongue Totem here, so that leaves us the ability to actually play Earth Elemental plus Ancestral Spirit next turn, which should be pretty sweet. And the fact that he's trading, even swinging the weapon in here, makes me believe that he may not have the greatest answer to that. It is pretty much what we have to bank on right now, so let's see how he deals with this. Could have an equality in his deck, I don't know. But even equality only deals with one of the Earth Elementals, and Keeper only deals with one of them. He still has to trade the 3/2 in here. And then we get a new elemental, so that's correct, right? Yeah. So we get a new one, and he pretty much has to trade everything in here. So that did a decent job at stabilizing, if it wasn't too impressive. We only have 5 mana right now, though, so I guess that means we're just toteming up. I'm a little scared for our health, but. Yeah, that's just the way of Aggro Paladin. Yeah, he had a pretty nice restock. Do we axe? We have nothing useful to do with the axe, but let's get mana for next turn. We want to play the Fire Elemental, I think. He's going to axe this, and then we either axe that back, or we Fire Elemental it, I guess. We're not overloaded for this turn, right? So we have 9 for next turn. We want to be able to, I guess, access more. Well, the totem actually gets buffed by the Flame Tongue, so if it's a taunt, then it's actually pretty good for us. Yeah. There was a. I'm not sure whether that was worth it, but at least it gives us a totem to Rockbiter instead of having to use our face on whatever we're targeting. So I guess that's still worthwhile.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
And playing the axe here would prevent us from being able to hero power next turn, which is also not irrelevant. It's clearing our minions here. That's probably the correct approach. But that does leave us able to clear his board if we're willing to take 3 damage for it, depending on what he plays, of course. He's being careful here, and I'm not sure what that signifies. Just hero power, and that's all? That seems awfully careful. That can't be right. Oh, Divine Favor for 1 card, alright. He's probably right in assuming we're clearing the board afterwards, so that's not unreasonable. Do we really want to... We could leave this one alive, I guess. It's not the worst idea. We can clear the other 2, and we still have a Fire Elemental for next turn. I don't hate it. That would mean we... Oh, that does mean we don't totem this turn. Is that... Yeah, that has to be correct, right? Okay, let's do it this way. We're taking 1, we're taking 3. If he has kings, I guess we're dead. If he has kings and might, not too big a chance. I don't think toteming this turn is going to be the answer. I guess we could have totemed and Rockbiter for the same effect, but that does deny our chance to. Well, I guess we're dead.
Well played.
Yeah, Aggro Paladin is not a deck you expect. And if they get some, well, it's basically the first Divine Favor that really went well for him. But the Earth Elemental did its job. I'm not too disappointed with that. Did we already play a deck? Maybe I played one to test things? I'm confused now. Oh well, let's not dwell on the past for too long. Oh, we did do a first game, right? What did we play against? My memory is foggy. That's odd. Anyway, up against another shaman. Alright. Let's expect a more aggressive shaman than we are. I think keeping a 3-drop is not out of the question, although I guess if we're going first, I don't want to keep the Lava Shock. It's still too weak against Tunnel Trog, and I guess the Tuskar Totemic is just too slow. We need some early game, and we've got some early game. We've got a lot of cards we would rather have than Tuskar Totemic, I feel. So let's throw it away, and that's a lot better. That is actually a lot better. All right, let's see what kind of shaman we are up against. Control shamans are surprisingly popular the past few days, so I'm not sure whether to always expect Aggro Shaman. I actually haven't faced too many Aggro Shamans lately. It is a decent start, but we can still Rockbiter it, which is not awful. We don't have a great other play anyway, so I guess that's going to be what we're doing here. Oh, something I completely forgot to mention is, I don't know the name of the new Shaman weapon anymore, but there wasn't a Doomhammer in the original list. It was like, I completely forgot what that card's name is. I really don't remember. It's the 4/2 weapon for 5 mana that has Death Rattle, summon a 4/2 elemental. And I can see that card working, because even if it gets destroyed by an opponent's effect, you still get the elemental. And I think if people are running the weapon removal, they'll be hesitant to use it on that. So that's not an unreasonable thing. That is unfortunate, and we are not able to deal with that properly. I don't think we're playing the Tunnel Trog here even. It will combine with the Lightning Storm later, but Lightning Storm isn't very good right now. We may have to... No, we're not hexing anything. Who am I kidding? We're just making totems. Totems will soak some damage, and then we're playing Earth Elemental next turn, and that will have to hold the fort for a little bit.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Oh, it's actually Aggro Shaman we're facing. That's ugly. Well. The Earth Elemental will provoke a response, and might involve him trading off some minions. So if he has I guess if he has a... what am I trying to say? We're taking a lot of damage regardless. If he has a Flametongue Totem, and he can trade in the Trog and Horse Rider, still have the Totem Golem left over. It's not going to be too good for us. Or I guess he can Lava Burst it. Lava Burst on double Trogs is kind of painful. Doesn't look good. We're going to have to roll high on this Lightning Storm, I think. And then do we have the mana for another Earth Elemental afterwards? We do. And I guess we have to. What happens if we hex this and then we're taking another 5, 6, 7 damage possibly? I don't feel good about Lightning Storming this board though. But we can't leave this board alone. But I'm taking 50/50s on the Trogs. That's the main concern. I can't totem beforehand. I guess I can hex and then next turn Earth Elemental Totem. I guess I'll hex this. I don't like it. Never feels good to hex a 1-drop, but sometimes it's what you have to do. And I feel really bad about having to... oh, well, he's having a poor turn at least, but... Against Aggro Shaman, that doesn't mean a whole lot. He still has his Lightning Bolts, he still has his Lava Shocks, so we won't stay alive for too long. Don't have a great follow-up for the Earth Elemental, but I guess this will have to do. If he has a Flametongue Totem, we are pretty much dead, though. That means he gets to... well, He can really only kill that with a Flame Tongue Totem if he trades the Trog in, and that's most of his damage right now. That is a big thing, but we can Hex that. Next turn, he pretty much has to trade the Trog, right? And then the 2-1 goes into there. It means we're not taking too much. Well, yeah, we're not taking too much damage this turn, of course, but this can't end well. Let's see, we have to hex that thing, and that means we only have 2 mana left over. If we Ancestral Knowledge, we're overloaded for 4 next turn. That means we have 5 mana. Don't feel too good about that. We could Trog and Hex, I guess.
I wonder.
Or Totem and Hex. And then if we top deck a thing from below, at least we can play it for relatively cheap. I didn't keep track. Yeah, I guess we have to. That always needs to happen, otherwise we're pretty much dead, right? So the question now becomes, is it worth even playing the Trog? Do I draw some cards and hope to draw? Or do I Totem and hope to get a Taunt? I don't know. I guess we Trog and hope he sees the need to kill it. If he sees the need to kill the Trog, then we could have another turn. Sure, yeah, and if we Lightning Storm next, or if he doesn't kill the Trog, then the Trog can take down the 2-1 after we Lightning Storm. That's not awful. If he's using things from below, I'm a little worried. He's toteming an awful lot, which makes me kind of worried. But this is actually kind of good. We can overload for a whole bunch here. So this always needs to happen. Let's do that first. And then we have 6 mana left over. That means we are likely to... Yeah, we can take more face damage with the Doomhammer, so... I guess this is what's happening, and this is what's happening. Do we dare going face? We have to kill him somehow. I think the assumption that he doesn't have a way to get through the Taunt wall is going to lead to a victory in most... well, it's going to be most likely to lead to a victory. What's... oh, well, he just double spells us. Well, yeah, that's Aggro Shaman in a nutshell. I did have a Rock Biter. Maybe I shouldn't have used it on the Flame Juggler. If he didn't have a Trog on turn 1, then I don't think it's unreasonable to use a Rock Biter to kill a 2-drop. But I could be wrong in that assumption. I don't know. Maybe this is a tournament deck in which you just ban out Aggro Shaman. I don't know. The meta is so unpredictable. I guess that's a problem. I recorded the last video, which was the Cthulhu Priest. I recorded that one today also, and I faced control, 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 and control. And now I'm trying this deck, and I'm facing aggro, 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 and now a rogue. So, and I don't remember what the first game was, so maybe I'm too quick to jump the bullets. I don't know about that. Now we can play the aggro though, so let's see how this works out. Rogues generally don't have the greatest answer against Tunnel Trog on turn 1. So I guess that's good for us. We don't have anything to overload with, but... no, on turn 2 even no great answer. Well, oh, and that's a good top deck. I'm definitely all for that one. She would have to have exactly Deadly Poison into Eviscerate to properly deal with this. Or any combination of... I guess Backstab also works, but that at least means she's attacking into... Oh. Well, I guess that works, but that uses a lot of cards. Getting that out... That's a big thing, though. How worried are you about that one? We could cancel the overload. We could always use double Rock Biter to deal with that, but I don't think that's a path to success. We're better off coining the Tusker Totemic, I think. Although, yeah, I don't see too many problems with that. We'll have 4 mana next turn, that means we can totem and... Or we can coin... Oh, that's not unreasonable. Oh, but we can't coin if we coin right now. I think we're going for Totemic here. If we get a Flame Tongue, do we trade in? I don't think we trade in, no. Oh, it's so tempting now. That at least allows us to get rid of Van Cleave next turn, regardless of what happens. But I think pressuring the Rogue is also going to be good. Yeah, sure. Sure. It's likely that... so she has a Deadly Poison, and then Eviscerate even? Does that mean Van Cleave goes face, though? I don't know about that. I still have the Tuskar. Van Cleave is going face, alright. I don't know whether that's good or bad for us, mind you, but do we double Rockbiter now? I'm a little worried. And I think we need to save the Sentinel. So I guess we'll totem. If we get a Taunt totem, there's no need. That is not a Taunt totem. If we... I really don't want to double Rockbiter here, but I don't see a great other option. I guess that's what we'll do. Rogue is almost out of cards, so... We might be okay here. And if she doesn't attack here, then I get to Harrison the Deadly Poison, which is also pretty good. You really don't want to do that. You don't want to attack here. That's ridiculous. Don't attack a 1/1 totem with a Deadly Poison. That's such a waste. That would probably be the correct play, though. But that silly things aside, I would be really happy if she didn't.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah, that's she's regretting her actions right now. Yep. That's that's unfortunate.
Thank you.
I'm feeling a little bit of Schadenfreude here. I will admit. How do we deal with that? I guess we Earth Elemental. That works. I really don't want to face tank that one, but we may have to. Let me think here. We can Axe and then... That's not really an option though. I think the answer is going to be Earth Elemental, but we're going to get wrecked by Sap so hard. Is there anything we can do to lure out the Sap? I don't think so. We can Flame Tongue and hope the threat is high enough that it doesn't attack us in the face, and then we can do some stuff next turn. I guess that's not unreasonable. I really don't want to Stormforge X here though. It seems so ugly. Don't like it. But it's mana efficient. Oh, I guess if we do it like this, right? So where does this go? I guess it goes here, and we just Flame Tongue over here and go face. I think the Flame Tongue's threatening enough that she's likely to attack the Tomb Pillager into it. And that means we've got a lot of better options next turn, I think. Oh, having two weapons in hand is so ugly, though. Yeah, this might have been a mistake. That's a good draw, then. I will say that is a good draw. So that means we can axe. We're just going to axe face, are we? I guess we're just going to axe face. So we're always hexing this, right? Are we taking the 5/4 to the face to save a totem? I don't think so. We're always toteming, we're always playing this. Oh, we can X this. That's actually a useful... Yeah, that's a good use of our time, so... I would feel bad about using the axe and not attacking with it. Or attacking face with it, but I didn't think of the hex, and that's actually really useful. Okay, time to get wrecked by Sap, I think. It is about time. It looks like the Rogue is out of cards when it's my turn, but then it's her turn, and she draws a card, and for some reason things are always looking a little better. But I guess that's what the Azure Rake does, so attacking into that one. We get a 50-50 on the healing totem, so I guess that's good. We could Fire Elemental. If she bounces that, I would be pretty happy. Doesn't let us totem though. Well, if she saps Earth Elemental at this point, I can just replay it next turn. I guess that would be okay. We get a totem here, so that's pretty good. Healing totem, excellent. I think this is going face. Alright, if this were a 1-1 totem, I guess I would have held the attack. I'm not sure what purpose that serves. So, incoming sap here, that's always happening. I'm expecting it to happen, but I can just replay it next turn, so that's fine. I've got the mana to replay it, so that's entirely okay. She'll have to sap it again, and then she's out of saps. That's how you beat the rogue with the Crusher Shaman. Do we face tank that one though? We may very well. Using the Lava Shock lets us Lava Shock Totem and Earth Elemental, right? So that's pretty good. Sure, we'll do that. We could also Fire Elemental and hit that, but I would really like to develop a Taunt as often as possible. That's okay. We'll face check this once, use a Totem, use the Earth Elemental again. No Taunt Totem, so yeah, I'm glad I made that decision. There's no guarantee that we'll have a Taunt. That's the major problem here. I really want to end my turn with a Taunt up, and only the Earth Elemental lets us do that, so... would have liked to save the Lava Shock for... Ooh. I wasn't expecting that kind of rogue. Are we dead? Fan of Knives is pretty good, I will admit. Can't backstab that anymore. We don't have a... Well, we do have a Hex, right? We do still have a Hex in our deck, but this is kind of troublesome. We kind of have to hope that she's not able to kill us through the Earth Elemental. I don't like the thought of that, but it's what we have to do, right? We can develop the Doomhammer this turn if the Malygos hits into the Earth Elemental. If we Fire Elemental and Argent Squire, I guess that's the best option. Doomhammer will have to follow next turn. The damage doesn't really add up. Do we hit the... No, we hit the face with both, right? Because there's no way we're killing it this turn. And this sets up lethal in a lot of situations next turn. Well, at least in the most situations, so I guess... If we top deck... what can we top deck to give lethal? Mostly Rockbiter. Second Fire Elemental. Please don't have a way to get rid of that. Oh, second Fan of Knives. That's a killer. Wow. Wow, that's dirty. That's dirty. Double Fan of Knives. That really hurts. Well, it doesn't look like she has lethal. So, unless that's... Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, unless that's the 2 damage toxic. That's the problem with Malygos Rogue. You don't see it's coming until it's too late. but double Fan of Knives and no Hex from my side. I did use a Hex and I used it on the Edwin, so that was necessary. We're not doing too well here, guys. Let's give it one more game. I really do feel like we had a chance in most of those games, but we're just not feeling it right now. And perhaps the decklist is just a little bit too experimental. Alright, a warrior. What kind of a warrior are we hoping to face, and what kind of warrior are we scared of? Can we actually keep King of Thing from Below in our opener? I don't think so. Can we keep Flame Wreath faceless? Actually, if we have 2 1-drops, I feel pretty confident that we can... Perhaps just... Well, we can't coin it out on... We can coin it out on turn 3 now. That's actually pretty good. Oh wait, we can't. We cannot if we tunnel shrug, of course. We'll have to think about that. Let's play this and see if he has a fiery war axe. That's always step one against the warrior. They usually do. Sometimes they don't. I keep saying sometimes they don't. I should keep track. I should really keep track. I would be curious about that. Totem Golem's not too awful here. I guess both plays are kind of bad against. If we coin Faceless, then we have. We can't coin Faceless now, but if we coin Faceless next turn, then we still have 2 mana to Ancestral Spirit the turn after, right? So we could Argent Squire here and hope to get a Faceless next turn. I think I like that better than having nothing to do next turn. Yeah. Ancestral Spirit on a Totem Golem kind of feels bad. So, yeah, he could hit into my 1/1 here, but okay. Okay, well, I guess he does have a way to deal with the Faceless now, but it won't be pretty. It will most likely involve him hitting it with his face, so I think I would be okay with that. And I can still Totem Golem next turn, so it's not too awful. Most of the situations involves him hitting it with his face, right? So
for the life binder.
Or he could. Oh, it's one of those dragon warriors. Is he just going all out face? Oh, that is interesting. I don't necessarily agree. I don't think I agree. We could even Stormcrack here. I don't know about that. If we Stormcrack one of his minions and then just go face, can we raise him? That's dangerous. That's dangerous thoughts. He has 5 mana next turn, so he could have one of those fire elemental dudes. Maybe we just. I don't think he has an answer to this, so we can just keep trading forever. I think I like this best. Doing that and trading, then he can kill it. He doesn't want to kill it anymore. That's a Stormcrack waiting to happen. That's fine. So we can just keep trading. He's not using the weapon. That is actually curious. So let's Stormcrack this. And I suppose. Yeah, we trade. We will trade. We'll be the control here. And Totem Golem is also good against the weapon still. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. I don't think Dragon Warriors ever run Sylvanas, so that's nothing to be scared of. And then we get a new 7/7. So what else is happening here? Blood to Ichor, and then hits into it. Okay, okay. That I am fine with. And then we can use another Ancestral Spirit next turn. Ooh, I would have liked to be able to use that right now, but I'm afraid we can't. Another Ancestral Spirit? Yeah, that's going to be the thing that's happening. We're getting pretty good value out of those. I'm pretty satisfied with that. 2 mana 7/7. What else do you want? Besides a 4 mana 7/7. Yeah, so he has to trade. I guess he has an execute right now. But we've kind of weathered the storm, I think. Is he just face-checking that? I don't think that's particularly correct. A ghoul? A whirlwind? Whirlwind into execute? No. No, he's just going face. Okay. Please don't attack me with the weapon. That would be most unfortunate. For you. Alright. We can even trade off the totem, which I like. It's actually pretty sweet. Let's make sure... Wait, we're not hitting face with that, right? No, we're just trading into the 4/3, I think. I like drawing cards, though. Wait, is that wrong? No, that seems correct. That seems correct. So we can do this. and attack into the Fairy Dragon. And I think that is a pretty commanding board position. He might still execute the 7-3, but... okay, okay. We still have a 7-powered minion. But I guess I'm trading here. I could play a Taunt. Taunts are pretty sweet. 4 mana for this. That means we can draw some cards. Let's draw some cards first. I don't feel like using Doomhammer right now is going to be the play. Lightning Storm means we can trade into Grom. That's not too awful. Does that still allow us? That does not. Yeah, we can actually taunt up too. I think I like that. I don't like keeping the Grom alive here. It's too risky. There's no reason to take that risk. We've pretty much won after we've done this, right? We have lethal next turn. We don't have lethal next turn because we don't have the mana. Well, I guess we did have lethal. Alright, well. That was pretty sweet. That was actually pretty sweet. It was the only game we won, but it was pretty sweet. You'll have to give me that. Anyway, yeah, Crusher Shaman has its share of good and bad matchups. I'm not sure I like this version better than the other one, but yeah, it's reasonable. It's reasonable. And I have had my share of fun, at least, so that is that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching today. As always, if you have a deck you would like to see me play, please leave a comment below. And as always, have a great day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.